welcome to FunnySad with your hosts Travis Nelson and
Vanessa Don. We're back, y'all.
yeah, see, we're very professional. And this time we have a very special guest. Very excited to have him on the show. Auggie Smith, everybody. Augie's here with us.
Hey, guys.
Yay.
Auggie, is there anything that you want to promote online, album, anything
No.
like that? All right.
No,
all right.
Travis, I have nothing.
Hey,
Absolutely nothing is happening.
I'm going to edit out that you said that.
I've entered that stage in my career where it's just darkness. It's just darkness. It's all it is.
Yeah, darkness and three children.
I have occasional shows you can go see, but I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend coming to see me.
No, it's
Now,
not.
if we were talking like 15 years ago, I'd say yeah. If you got to make a drive, you should go see me. There's something going on there.
But now it's
not so much. Not so much.
I love the honesty. What are you drinking on?
This is I take ice and Slim Fast and bananas, and so it's my idea of a healthy protein shake.
Just 5 o'clock is when you have your protein shake.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just checking.
You get to an age you got to worry about these things, Travis. You have no idea.
All right. So, Augie, I don't know if you're familiar. What we do is we've just looked up some of your tweets, and so we're going to pull them up and we're going to make fun of them and have a good time. Vanessa,
right.
Would you like to go first?
Hurt my back picking up my baby. Guess I won't be doing that again.
I have no idea.
Hurt my back picking up my baby. How about that?
I did see that.
So I guess I won't be doing that again, right?
Were you not lifting with your knees?
You can't lift with your knee. You put the baby down on the bed to change him. You gotta go over and then bam, go out, gone. No more back. And I don't know if you know this about anatomy, but the back is really important. It's a key to the whole, because you think back, big deal. It's all the way back. It's back. We don't need that.
You don't see it.
You don't need the back to run a store.
Out of sight, out of mind.
People can see, but the back is very important.
Oh man, well I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry your back is destroyed. Myself, I have today. I woke up at noon. I ate some pizza, and then later on I ate a burrito. So
yeah.
I can't relate.
I
can't relate to your protein shake, but someday maybe.
Oh, that's when I used to. Oh man, I enjoyed that life. I lived that life for a long time, Travis.
I feel it's really slipping away from me, so I'm really trying to get a lot in here. I'm trying to get some quality, just lay on the couch and eat a burrito time in here. I'm 31 and I can feel it. My spine is starting to kind of, it's, nowhere near as bad as yours, but I'm feeling my vertebrae just kind of, they're just pressing together and they're grinding now. So
You got another 5 years to enjoy yourself.
And I mean to do it.
By then, the world's probably going to be over anyway. Climate change will have killed us all anyway. So just enjoy yourself now. At least that was my plan when I was your age. I mean,
you got 3 kids.
The world's going to end anyway. So let's just live that way, is what I said. And then you know what the world did? It kept going. What a jerk. Stupid world.
So, you're too prepared.
This was about, I don't know, a month ago or something. Everything's fine. It's just fine. It's everything. The world is fine. I take care of the 3 kids during the day because, I'm the world's greatest dad. And the wife is the world's greatest wife who's off working when I'm not doing stand-up. And I put down the baby. I realize there's something wrong. I sit down with the baby in a chair. And I was paralyzed. I could not move. And for the rest of the day, I had to watch the baby by crawling around on the ground. It's like me and the baby were the same. We had become the same, just looking eye to eye on the carpet. And I can't believe that won't have repercussions in the baby's head. From years from now, they're going to look at me as this broken down, old massive of a human, unable to walk. Like, remember that time when I was 8 months old and we were the same? That's what the baby's thinking right now.
Yeah. Oh no.
You can't let him get the upper hand. You can't let him get the upper hand.
The baby's going to be arrogant.
It will
He's
take
not gonna...
over in a bloodless coup.
A bloodless coup. I am the daddy now. You crawl.
Yeah, exactly.
You crawl.
Yeah.
No, that kid's not going to have first words. He's going to have a first sentence, and it's going to be, the student has become the master.
Start bossing up on me.
You can have boss baby going on.
1-year-old. As soon as he learns to walk.
Oh, yeah. He'll be unruly.
Just
All right,
show it off. Just walking around. Look at me with my free and easy movements. I'm not
standing on one leg, switching to the other leg. All right, Auggie, I got another tweet of yours. You said the most common tip a comic gets from audience members after the show is you should make that joke more obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
because they come up and what they'll do is they'll be so proud of themselves for getting a joke. They'll be so proud of themselves for understanding the thing that you crafted for them. And they'll want to point it out. It's like, I understood that. But a lot of these assholes, they're not going to get it. So you should speak to them. You should dumb it down for their sake. I mean, I get it, but no.
Yeah, it's like they don't see the road that you've already completely paved, constructed, made safe, and then held their hand as you walk them down that road to the punchline. And then they're like, maybe you should put up some, like, some signs or something like that as well. Other people might not find their way.
And the thing is, I'm not trying to make it hard, man. I realize I'm working in a bowling alley in the middle of Washington. I know not to make it difficult. I understand who's here.
Yeah, and that's the most frustrating thing is when you say a very obvious joke and then 3 people get it, and then one of those 3 people comes up to you and was like, I don't think it's obvious enough. And that is, it's painful. It's painful for how low your bar already was, and then for someone to come up and be like, you got to lower it, man. You got to keep lowering it.
Trust me, I started comedy in Oklahoma. I know.
Yeah. Too many 3-syllable words. Just cut those out.
They're like that joke about
cut out your setups entirely and just be only punchlines. Can you do that?
Just catchphrases nonstop.
Yeah. I want more of a vibe. Just give me a vibe and a feeling. That's all I need.
Can you just scat into the mic, actually?
Right? Just pose and smile. Like.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get into the next one. My new marketing plan is for the wife to video a crime in progress while I do my act in the background. Then when the news shows it, bam, there I am. So if you're up to any the dirty business this week, slide into my DMs and the Smiths will come and nightcrawler that shit. And I love that.
Well, this came from a real thing. So I live in the Valley here in Los Angeles. And it's by no means a bad neighborhood, but there's criminal activity. Sure, like there is in any major city. So we had one Sunday morning. The family and I are going to go to the zoo, but this is during the pandemic, so the zoo's closed. But what is open is a student zoo. Think about this. If you want to be a zookeeper, there are colleges that have zoos, and they have student zoos. So there's a student zoo like 20 minutes from here, and their lion was having a birthday. So the Smith family was going to go to a lion's birthday. So we're getting ready to go, and all of a sudden there's a helicopter right above our house. Now we're sort of on the flight path to the Burbank airport, so air traffic is not odd, but you can always tell the difference between the police helicopter hovering and the other. And so right away we knew there was something, and it's doing circles right above our house. The chopper is doing circles right above our house. And then we're outside, and my son is jumping up and down. He's so excited. He loves helicopters. Then the helicopter says, get back in your house. There's a man with a gun. So it's like, okay, we're going back inside. And it turns out, the long story is that there was a guy that was running from the cops that hid in our neighbor's garage. And so the cops came and surrounded the street and had to wait him out to come out. But the funny part was, so my wife taped it. She just taped the helicopter going in circles with my son in the background. And it got like 5,000 views in like 30 minutes, which is more than anything I've ever done. Nothing I've ever done has been as well received as the helicopter above our house. So I thought if we can just go find crime and I can do my act behind the crime, rocket ship to the moon. Printing money, I tell you.
Augie, I have one joke about the zoo, and I don't know if you can answer this, but since it was your thing, I was curious if it's a student like a college zoo, and you're in the zoo program. Is there a number of animals that you have to kill to fail out of the program, or is it like how cool the animals are? Like if you kill a cool animal, you done?
I thought you were going to say to pass the program, like you didn't really understand what zoos are.
No. No, you kill them, right? They're there to die. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's punishment for the animals.
It's a murder place. It's a hospice. It's a
torture happens after hours. You see them in between.
The way that I understand what a zoo is, right?
That's why they're always so sleepy during the day.
Sedatives.
We actually belong to the LA Zoo, so we go there all the time. And there's two lions, and it's a male and female, and they've been there for like as long as lions live, like for 20 years or whatever, right? And to the point of where Julie and I consider ourselves couple friends with these lions. Like if we were to rank our couple friends, they would have been in the top 10, these pair of lions. And so during the pandemic, the lions either are just to the age where they're just too old or they got sick or whatever, and they had to kill the lions. They had to kill both of them. But here's the deal. We've been back, and they still have their whole habitat set up. And it's all set up there, and it just says, exhibit temporarily closed. And every time the kids walk by and ask where the lions are, and I'm not ready to tell them. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for the lions sometimes die conversation. And sometimes they're killed by the zoo. They are murdered by the zoo. So I think there is, Travis, I think you're onto something, that there is a number of animals you have to kill to pass these things, because you can't be squeamish about it. Sometimes a monkey just grabs a child and you have to murder him. It happens all the time in zoos. You know, at least the one time. I don't know. I'm sure it's happened before too.
I think there's a long covered up history of monkeys touching children and then being shot in the face. I think it happens more than we think.
And they deal with it like they deal with cheaters in a casino. They pull them into the back of the zoo. They like smash their monkey hands as a warning.
Well, when you saw the open enclosure where your friend couple used to be, did you or your wife think at all about just moving in there, just doing kind of a Smith family? You know, they're not there. It's wide open. You might as well.
I mean, if you're just if you're by nature an exhibitionist anyway and don't mind, you know, a lot of people viewing your life, it'd actually be a pretty cool place to live. It's a good neighborhood. It'd be quiet. It's a lot of foot traffic. A lot of foot traffic through your house.
Sure.
But besides that, you know, it'd be all right. Free food. Free food. They bring you food every day at 2 p.m.
Well, how great would it be if they actually they cooked it up for you? They're just, you know, they stop by McDonald's.
You know, I would imagine that if somebody were to volunteer to be part of the zoo, there would be a zoo that would accept that. They would put you up and give you a place to live. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
maybe. I wonder how they would treat you though. Like instead of just giving you raw meat, would they be like, "How do you want this cooked?" Like, would they be like, "Get your ass out there and dance"? Like we have people watching. Yeah.
And would you have your choice of meat, or would it just be whatever the zoo truck hit that morning, like they normally do it? I don't know.
It's like the Tiger King situation where they're just rooting through Walmart garbage. Like, what can we feed these people? Okay.
So many questions with that one. Go ahead, Travis.
Oh, I got another tweet, Augie. You said, if you've ever slept with your therapist, you either have the world's worst therapist or the world's sexiest problems. I thought that was a really funny tweet.
I stand by that one. I was real proud of that one.
You should.
I was real proud of that one.
I'm proud of that one.
There's been times in my life where I thought maybe I've needed therapy, but I've never actually gone to a therapist in my adult life. When I was a kid, I went all the time because my mom was a big believer in other people handling my problems. She wasn't a big fan of her having to have any responsibility in it, but she did like to hand off the parenting to as many people as she possibly could. So that included therapy. But I think, do you guys go? Do you guys go as adults?
I do not.
No?
No,
I think they're supposed to. Every
I think
comic
we all
I know
are.
goes, and they seem very well adjusted.
They do. Yeah, no, I can tell I'm missing out on something. It's something
Yeah.
I should do. I had to go to counseling for a little bit, but I never have gone to therapy. I've always meant to, but I don't know. I'm very much the type of person who thinks I'm the only one who can figure this out. And if I give it to them, they're just going to screw it up worse. You know what I mean? It's like if you built your own car and you try to take it into a mechanic, it's like, well, they're only this car's barely working as it is, and there's no way to explain it to anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. On to my last tweet. Some version of Pepe Le Pew is rapist has been a joke in stand-up for 40 years. Welcome to the party, pal. We also predicted the decline of quality of airplane food. You're welcome.
Did you watch Space Jam 2, Augie?
We did watch it last night. Did you see it? It's weird. It's so weird. And I understand it's supposed to be weird, but it's like weirdly dark in the whole message behind it.
Especially Bugs Bunny, right?
Father versus son, and they murder a bunch of Disney characters. Well, not really, but
wait, what?
It's very odd. It's an odd movie.
They murdered Damian Lillard too. That was the craziest part. Of it. Yeah, they just murder him. Like he dies. He's gone forever. and
because of the licensing agreement, it's real. Like they had to actually murder him.
Yeah.
No, the thing about it is that. I don't think it was a good choice for LeBron because I don't think he comes off good in it. He comes off as like an asshole in it, and he's playing himself. Well, what are you doing?
Yeah, and there's a lot of moments that don't really add up emotionally. So first of all, when he meets Bugs, and Bugs is clearly an alcoholic, and that's been like a running joke before it came out, but then they actually put that shit in the movie, and he's just a sad, broken down, and he's crazy too. He's just out of his fucking mind. And then at the end, by the way, they tie it all together, which is Bugs Bunny coming back after you thought he died, and LeBron James is like, what happened? He's like, I can never die. And then just roll credits. It's like, how crazy is that? But, like 20, 30 minutes of the movie is Bugs Bunny assembling the Looney Tunes to play in this basketball game while LeBron very emotionlessly and with no sense of urgency is like, well, we are playing to get my son back, so let's try to make a good team. And he just keeps getting Looney Tunes characters. He's like, all right, that's okay, guys, come on, it's my son. But he does not really seem to care enough about actually getting a team that will win. And he's not fighting for it at all.
Well, then the other thing is like, so I can to get my son back, I can either win this basketball game or have a conversation with my son. And so I would rather just play basketball because I do that better than I do communicate with my family is basically the idea of the movie. It's bananas.
So funny. Yeah, you got to watch it, Vanessa.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. It just came out though, right?
Yeah, Chase and I watched it yesterday or the day before, I think.
Yeah, we watched it last night. I think it came out this weekend. But the thing about it is that the comics have for years, since when I first started comedy, there were people doing Pepe Le Pew is a rapist joke, and now all of a sudden everybody's on board with that. I mean, comics have predicted a whole bunch of stuff. We've been making jokes about all the stuff that young comics think they're making jokes about now. I assure you, if it's been around, we've already made jokes about it.
Of course. Yeah, that's one thing. I've been going out to a lot more shows, and there's a lot of like newer comics, and some of them care a little too much about comedy, and it's one of those things where this is a new territory for me. I mean, you're years past this, but just getting to that point where I'm realizing that I've heard all of their jokes before, and it's not their fault. They're not bad writers. They're good jokes. It's just that, no, this is already stuff that's been covered, so you're not as excited about their new joke as they are, because in your head, you're like, it's going to hurt your feelings if I really explain things, so I'm just going to try to push you in the direction of doing a different joke,
And it happens all the time where I'll see something that I know that's been done like a million times, and I'm not going to say anything unless they like specifically ask me about it. Then I have to be like, well, you understand that's been a joke for like 40 years. Right?
Yeah. Oh, also, they took Pepe Le Pew out, but they left the Clockwork Orange guys in. You not see that? It's a gang of rapists. That's what they are. That's the whole movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. All right. I have another tweet. Auggie, you said, and I just love this because I have so many questions about it. You said, I just tipped the cello player at a strip club. Alaska is crazy, y'all.
What?
Yeah, I thought that would get your attention, Vanessa.
Cello?
Yeah.
Strippers?
So the name of the club is the Great Alaska Bush Company. It's in Anchorage, and it's a famous strip club. I think they had a reality show. I think that's how famous the strip club is. And one particular dancer came out with just her and a cello player, and he played that piece of music, and I think it's Bach. I could be wrong. Yo-Yo Ma always plays it. Anyway, and it was beautiful. And she came out and she looked like like Marie Antoinette, like with the big wig and everything, like that. And he played the piece of music. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And
it would have been amazing if
that in strip clubs enough. You don't get enough classical music in strip clubs. I've said this for years.
But like when she took everything off, did she also take the wig off?
No, wig stayed. Wig stayed. Yeah.
All right.
If she was dressed like Marie Antoinette, was there a moment where she had a microphone and she leaned in and said, "Let them eat ass"?
That would have taken away from the cello. And that would have been the part I probably would have tweeted about.
He's all mad. He's like, no improvising. I told you.
Stay on script.
What was the cello player wearing?
He was in full tux. Yeah,
Okay.
He went full tux.
Official.
We talked to him afterwards. It was cool. Yeah. And he's like, he's a music student. And man, yeah, it was great. It was one of the, and this is the thing, because you don't get enough performance just in life, I think, and especially in that job. I don't think there's enough brought into the performance of it. And when you see somebody that puts in the work and is thinking outside the box, then how can you not tip that?
All right. Well, that's all the tweets I have. Vanessa, do you have any more tweets?
No, that was it for me. I just had the 3.
Okay, cool. So yeah, thank you guys so much for checking in. Auggie, thank you so much for doing the show. And you said you don't want to promote anything. You don't want to, not even your Twitter handle. We'll throw your Twitter handle up.
Go to my Twitter page. It's Auggie Smith. That's 2 G's, everybody. AUGGIE Smith the regular way.
Smith the regular way. Love it. Well, thank you so much for doing it, Auggie. That was amazing.
Thanks for having me, guys.